In the midst of the Great Depression of 2026, the new government and people are in dire need of money, and the California Great Lottery is launched. If someone kills the winner before sundown, they can legally win the jackpot. The only rule is no bullets. A month later, Katie arrives in LA to resume her acting career. Along the way, she notices that everyone on the street is either tense, violent, or often both. Meanwhile, the media is abuzz with talk of a lottery drawing that will take place in 18 hours. Record sales brought the jackpot to $3.6 billion. Eventually, Katie arrives at the room she rented online and realizes that her roommate, Shady, has been lying to her. The next day, Noel Zad appears on TV offering bodyguard services to anyone who wins the lottery. Katie wakes up to find a leak in the upstairs bathroom and her clothes ruined. With an audition coming up in a few hours, she calls Shady to complain, but Shady's only help is to lend her some clothes. Katie has no choice but to spend her savings to buy the wrong clothes and takes a cab because she is going to be late. The driver makes inappropriate remarks, mentions that famous rapper Machine Gun Kelly has his own bunker, and talks about celebrity gossip. When Katie finally arrives at the audition, she pockets her monologue notes and finds Shady's lottery ticket. When Katie accidentally presses her thumbprint, the lottery ticket is activated. It takes her picture and officially registers her as a player. Suddenly, all the lottery tickets are activated, indicating that Katie has won, and her face is shown. The other actresses immediately change their attitudes and attack Katie, grabbing anything they can grab. When a man grabs Katie by the neck, Noel saves her by throwing the man against the wall through the ceiling. He declares that Katie gets 5 free saves, but after that, his protection will be 10% of the winnings. Katie has no choice but to sign his contract. As the attackers fall, Noel explains that they have to leave because the lottery drone outside will post the location of the winners every 14 minutes. As they run through the city, people nearby receive an alert about Katie's location and prepare to join the fight. Katie says she wants to quit, but the only way to do so is to leave town. Katie insists on quitting, so Noel agrees to take her to the nearest smoking cessation clinic. The car barely works, but it is scratched and broken down. Katie tries to run away, but Noel stops her and explains that if she quits, she won't get paid, but he still wants to help her. At that moment, a police car pulls up, and Katie calls the officers for help, but they try to kill her as well. Noel catches the stun gun in the nick of time and starts fighting them while Katie escapes. She hides in a wax museum, and the guards make her hide among the statues, which are against the lottery. Katie calls Shady to borrow her car, but Shady keeps asking where she is, and Katie realizes that Shady is playing too. The statue welcomes Katie to the museum and reveals her whereabouts. Katie hides behind the statue, but when she tries to sneak out, she is discovered. She struggles with her movie costume and weapons, but as she runs, Shady throws an axe at her. The axe hits, but nothing happens because it is fake. Katie presses a button to lower the shutter and runs out of the museum just before it closes. Noel shows up in a police car and takes her away. Katie still doesn't trust Noel and thinks he will kill her in secret for the money. Noel wishes he had a bunker and reminds Katie about the cab driver. Katie takes Noel's dart gun and has him open the panic room. They rush inside and use the dart to put Kelly to sleep before closing the door. The room is well equipped and has surveillance cameras to watch the crowd. Shady tries to beat Kelly up, but nothing happens, so she drags him into the pool and threatens to reveal the password to the door, which is the meme 6969. Katie and Noel witness everything, and Noel angrily calls and asks for a favor. He orders a phone attack and hurries to get Katie's phone into the safe. He waits for Shady to enter the PIN, but everyone's phones emit an amber warning sound and the crowd freezes. The cell phones explode, burning many parts of their bodies. While the crowd deals with their injuries, Katie and Noel escape. Outside, a bulletproof car and a security guard with a rubber bullet gun are waiting for them. On the move, Katie asks if Noel is working with them. He explains that he used to work for them, but is now freelance. When they arrive at the headquarters a short time later, Katie meets Luis and learns that it is his security company. He gives her a new phone and tells her they are in the most secure building in the country. With only 4 hours of game time left, Luis explains that he will charge 30% of the fee, and Katie signs the papers after securing Noel's share. From the surveillance footage, Luis can see a crowd gathering outside, so he decides it is safer to use a decoy vehicle to move Katie to the underground fortress where she is hiding. First, the two receive medical treatment, and Noel tells them more about himself. Then an employee brings in a prosthetic machine. Katie puts her face in, and the machine fits her with a mask that looks like an old man. But Noel worries that it makes no sense to move Katie, and that the facility is too expensive to maintain with only 30% of the old man's winnings, especially if there have been no recent guests. After Katie changes her clothes and finishes her disguise, Noel realizes that Luis is secretly killing the winners under the pretense of protecting them. Luis takes them to his car, and Katie repeatedly asks Noel to come along, but Luis refuses. In desperation, Katie kicks Luis in the groin, and Noel takes advantage of the chaos to open the garage door, but the two ignore Katie. Noel drags her out, hands her the key card he stole from the security guard, and tells her to run for her time. Suddenly, a decoy car driven by an AI takes off, and Katie hides in it. Downtown, she takes off her mask and takes control of the car. A short time later, as Katie is leaving town, she receives a phone call from Noel, who says he will kill her if she does not turn back. Katie hesitantly turns the car around and agrees to meet him. With 15 minutes left, Katie pulls a bolt gun from her glove compartment and runs into the theater. She threatens to bankrupt herself for not giving the money to anyone. Luis doesn't believe her, so Katie says she will kill him anyway. She shows him that she is recording it for social media, so he can't drop his fingerprints from the gun and claim he did it. Luis drops the keys to his handcuffs and demands a deal, but Katie kicks him off the stage and confirms that he was acting. With Luis down, the other competitors chase after Katie again. With 4 minutes left, the crowd enters the theater. Noel is still fighting Luis, so Katie climbs onto the stage decoration for safety. Luis reaches her on the scaffolding and fights until Katie slips. Hanging from the edge, she reveals that she has activated a grenade with her keychain, and the grenade explodes. Luis dies and Katie falls, but her fans catch her just in time with a large flag. As the countdown reaches 0, Katie hugs Noel and promises him 50%. The lottery officials comes to hand over the check, and Katie declares that she no longer wants to be an actress.